Yeah, 8:24 now. Good start to the day. A little bit of cloud cover out there. We are talking tech and tech devices with our tech expert, Mike Yawney. And now our kids are very crafty. They find ways to get on their devices when we say no more devices. Now, there are a lot of apps out there that try to control it. Mike is looking at one item. It's more than just an app. Tell us about it, Mike.
Yeah, it's a device, and it's funny because if you go online and look this up, a lot of the teens are calling this the demon box or the machine from the devil because it's hard to actually get around this device. And the reason why they don't like it is because it manages all the devices that connect to the internet in your home and allows the parents to control when they connect and when they don't connect. So I have it here to show you. It's just this tiny white box. It's called Circle Home Plus. And setup, Michael, is simple. You have a router at home. All you would do is you would take an Ethernet cable, plug it into the back. That's the first step. Second step, you download the app. You scan that code, that QR code right there, and Bob's your uncle, you are good to go. So I'm going to bring up the app just so you can see what happens next. Because what happens, Michael, is it populates every single device in your home that connects to the internet. And then what you can do is once you have all these devices that are listed, you go back and you assign each device to certain people in your house. So I have my son at the top, my daughter at the bottom. I've assigned 4 devices to my son, Taylor. So we have his Xbox, his iPad, his iPhone, and a Kindle. And then what you can do is you go into the profile, and then you can actually control everything from your time limit. So I have it set for 3 hours and 30 minutes of total internet time. This is all the devices that are his in the house. So he can spend that time however he wants. But once he hits the time limit, it automatically shuts down the internet for those devices. You can also do bedtime. So I want all the devices shut off at 9:30 p.m. because I expect him to be in bed by 10 o'clock. And of course, you can change that to whatever time you want. But if you also take the Circle app and you download it to your child's phone, you can do things like location tracking. So you can, he's at school right now, so that's a good thing. You can see where they are, did they get safely to the right place at the right time and things like that. So it gives you a lot of control over your child's devices.
Okay, 2 things. Mike, Taylor has a lot of devices. What happens when, number 2, Taylor, when he's not in home and he's on someone else's Wi-Fi, how do you control that?
Yeah, so if you download the app to their device, then you can control their device outside of your home. So if he's done with his 2 hours of video game time and he's like, hey, Dad, I'm going to go hang out with my friends. Oh, well, then you're thinking, okay, he's going to go play video games for 3 hours over there. You can shut that down as long as you have the app installed to their device as well.
Well, why can't they just take it off their phone? Is that possible?
They could, but number 1, you're going to get a notification that the phone has been taken off network. And then number 2 is that you can actually go into their phones, and I just learned this recently, and you can prevent them from deleting apps on their phones.
All right, this is on, I'm going to give this to my family for Christmas.
You know what? I will say this. I've used Circle in our house for the last couple of years. This is the next-gen device. It just came out, so there's some added benefits like battery backup and things like that. It works, and it works really well, and there's a reason why it's nicknamed the Demon Box online by teenagers, because I'm not going to say it's foolproof. There are workarounds, but half the time they don't work, and the kids get frustrated, and that's why they've kind of given it the nickname. But I will say this, Michael. Talk to your kids about this because it's a little bit invasive when you're trying to control all their devices and saying when you can go online and when you can't go online. I think it's key that you talk to them and explain why you're doing this and then kind of come up with rules and guidelines for what is appropriate usage during the school week.
Great point. Thanks, Mike. Hashtag worst GIF ever. If that's what I got him.
Thanks, Michael.
Greatest gift for the parents. Thanks so much. Coming up, a new